Hello and welcome to Thought for Today. And the last couple of times I've done it, I've talked around about themes around forgiveness, how important it is, both in our lives to set us free from anger and in the lives of others who we forgive to set them free from remorse. Forgiveness enables both the forgived and the forgiver to get on with life and helps form the new creation that God would have us both be. It goes without saying that forgiveness of ourselves is part of this process and connected to the forgiveness we are able to bring to others. Forgiveness seems to be especially important at this time in the life of the world. And I found myself thinking of Leonard Cohen, who wrote a wonderful poem about forgiveness. He was a remarkable man. He died in November 2016. And shortly after his death, I remember seeing one of the most poignant pieces of graffiti that I'd ever seen. I think it was painted on the side of a fence somewhere. I just saw a photo of him. It read, "Trump is here and Leonard is gone." I met a patient in hospital earlier this year who had known Leonard Cohen. He'd met him at the Palais Theatre back in the 1970s. I'm not sure what brought the man to the theatre, but I don't think there was anybody else really there except him and Cohen. And I think Leonard Cohen was looking around at the theatre where he was giving a concert that night and just checking the place out a bit. It was just a chance encounter. And they said hello to one another and had a coffee together. And from then on, each time Cohen was in Melbourne, they would catch up again. The patient and I enjoyed talking about Cohen's music and poetry whenever I visited him. He had all of his records and books. And one time I asked him what he thought was the most remarkable thing about Leonard Cohen. And he said he was totally without judgment of others. And I thought about that a lot, being without judgment of other people, not putting it on, but being genuinely like this. And it seems to be how we make space for each other, how people feel accepted. Maybe this was the key to why so many people were attracted to him. Truly a remarkable quality, one born perhaps from years of solitude in a Buddhist monastery in Japan, where Cohen went when his life fell apart in depression after financial ruin, losing his fortune to a corrupt manager. He became a Buddhist monk, and only in his later years did his fame, somewhat to his surprise I think, take off again. I saw him perform at the Palais in 2014, an unforgettable experience. A packed theatre, yet with this extraordinary intimacy that he brought. He was always more a poet, though, than a singer. That was how he understood what his life was about. This poem is from a collection of his poems called Book of Longing. The poem is called SOS 1995, and it speaks very much of the world we live in now. SOS 1995. Take a long time with your anger, Sleepyhead. Don't waste it in riots. Don't tangle it with ideas. The devil won't let me speak, will only let me hint that you are a slave. Your misery a deliberate policy of those in whose thrall you suffer, and who are sustained by your misfortune. The atrocities over there, the interior paralysis over here, pleased with a better deal. You are clamped down. You are being bred for pain. The devil ties my tongue. I'm speaking to you, friend of my scribbled life. You have been conquered by those who know how to conquer invisibly. The curtains move so beautifully, lace curtains of some sweet old intrigue, the devil tempting me to turn away from alarming you. So I must say it quickly. Whoever is in your life, those who harm you, those who help you, those whom you know, and those whom you do not know, let them off the hook. Help them off the hook. Recognize the hook. You are listening to Radio Resistance. Radio Resistance, a mystical image of faith in these times, perhaps. May God bless us and give us courage and strength.